Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a brand new machine from Genmitsu, the Cubiko Desktop CNC. This little powerhouse is designed to fit right on your desk, and after spending some serious time testing it, I have to say, I came away really impressed. We'll go over the specs, I'll show you the results from some test cuts I ran, and then we'll wrap up with the pros and cons and some tips if you're thinking about picking one up. Spoiler alert! This is a very impressive compact CNC. Let's get into it. The Cubico arrives well packaged, and it's just a matter of pulling it out of the box and unpacking the foam from around and inside the unit. Inside the internal foam, you'll find a small box of bits, a plastic box full of hold-down screws of various sizes to use with the two metal clamps, a USB adapter for the micro SD card, rubber feet for the display, the Z-probe cable, and a few spare limit switches. Now, let's cover the specs, because on paper, the Cubico looks modest, but there's a lot going on here. The footprint is 11.81 inches long, 13.19 inches wide, and 12.52 inches high, or in metric 300 by 335 by 318 millimeters. That means it's small enough to actually live on your workbench or even a sturdy desk. Inside the work area is 5.91 by 4.33 by 1.57 inches, or 150 by 110 by 40 millimeters, with a Z-axis clearance of 2.28 inches, or 58 millimeters. The machine weighs just 17.7 pounds, or about 7.85 kilograms, so it's portable but not flimsy. Power consumption is only 120 watts. The spindle that comes with it is 75 watts and it spins at 10,000 RPM, but there is also an optional 20,000 RPM spindle available if you need more cutting speed. The maximum gantry speed is 2,000 millimeters per minute, and the motion system is driven by NEMA 17 stepper motors. For connectivity, you can run it via USB or over Wi-Fi using the Genmitsu app, which honestly turned out to be better than I expected. We'll talk more about that later. In short, it's compact, efficient, and well thought out for its size. Now, on to the real tests. How did it perform? I started with PCB milling using a 20-degree V-bit. This is a tough test for any CNC because the copper layer on PCB boards is so thin. The Cubico handled it beautifully, especially thanks to its height map feature, which makes sure the depth stays consistent across the whole board. I don't do much in the way of PCB fabrication, so I didn't want to spend a lot of time designing a circuit board with through-hole placement. This is the test file that's included with the machine, and you'll just see the isolation traces. The Cubico does include drilling bits, so if you're going to use it for PCBs, you'll want to get familiar with design software like FlatCam. Next, I tried acrylic engraving, again with a 20-degree V-bit. This was probably the most challenging of all of the tests that I ran. The 20-degree V-bit is perfect for the PCB boards, but cast acrylic can be a bit tricky. I started with the suggested feeds and speeds from easel. The settings quickly snapped the tip off of my bit. I'd only lost a tiny portion of the tip, so I reset the machine, set a new Z0 position, and let it run again. The job completed, but if your speeds and feeds aren't perfect with acrylic, you'll end up melting the plastic back into the groove. I could have run some clearing passes, but I wanted to get my settings dialed in. I found the settings on the SaneSmart website, but those still proved to be a bit too fast. After a number of attempts, I was able to slow things down enough to get this final result. I followed that test with wood engraving, first in pine. Let me take a minute to talk about software. The Cubico comes with some of the software that you'll need, namely Candle for PCs, to send the G-code file to the machine. You can also use the Genmitsu app. There isn't any design software included, but it's not hard to find software that will work with this machine. The website lists Fusion 360, Carveco Maker, Easel, and Vectric vCarve. For this example, I used Easel, which runs from a web browser and only requires a driver install. There is a free version, and when you create your account, you'll get a 30-day trial of the Pro version. Now, back to the pine engraving. I was using the same 20-degree V-bit that I used for the PCB in acrylic. This was just a quick test and the results came out nice and crisp. After that test completed, I wanted to push the machine a bit, so I moved beyond the included bits and grabbed some hardwood, in this case oak. I'll link the bits I used in the video description. For this test, I wanted to keep things simple. I used an 1/8" upcut bit, and I just set up a couple of letters to test how well the machine could handle it. Have you ever wondered what happens if you forget to reset your height between jobs? Well, I sent this poor little 1/8" upcut bit over 6 millimeters deep into solid oak and it chewed its way through. That's pretty impressive for such a small machine. Once I reset everything properly, the Cubiko cut out the design cleanly. Finally, I put it through a 3D carving test in pine, using both the 1/8" upcut and a 1 millimeter tapered ball nose bit. Again, I used Easel to set up the job. The Pro version of Easel allows you to upload a 3D STL file, place it in your material, and then it will generate a roughing pass to remove the bulk of the material, typically with a larger bit suited to the job. Then a finishing pass is created which will guide the finer bit to cut out the final contours and detail. The level of detail it pulled out was impressive, especially considering this is a desktop machine. If I were to use a finer tipped bit, I could have had an even crisper looking engraving. Overall, every material I tested gave me solid results, and that's not always the case with small format CNCs. Now, let's get into the pros and cons of this machine. What stood out as the biggest strengths of the Cubiko? First, the compact, fully enclosed design. You can run this on a desk or countertop and not worry about dust and chips flying everywhere. It all stays contained. Second, the sturdy construction. Both the X and Y axes ride on 10 millimeter linear rods with 8 millimeter lead screws. The Z axis has its own 8 millimeter rods and 8 millimeter lead screw. That makes for smooth, accurate movement. Third, there are limit switches on all ends. Some machines only use 3 switches for homing, but Cubiko goes the extra mile with full coverage on each axis. Fourth, there's the height map feature, which is critical for PCB milling, and the results were impressive with the included file. Fifth, I also have to give credit to the documentation. The printed instructions are clear and complete, and the bit guide is genuinely useful. And on the SaneSmart website, there's even a parameter chart with recommended speeds and depths for common materials. Sixth, the Z-Probe feature. This feature, which is available both on the offline controller and on the app, makes setting your Z0 height very easy. You'll just need to be sure that you have a good set of calipers to get an accurate measurement of your material thickness before you start the process. Seventh, Gerbil compatibility means that you can use this machine with a wide variety of software. Easel already has parameters for the Cubiko, so the setup is quick and painless. And finally, believe it or not, the Wi-Fi app. Normally, I don't expect much from CNC apps, but this one actually makes setup and control easier, and it will run the same files you'd send via Candle. Of course, no machine is perfect, so let's cover a few drawbacks. First, the offline controller navigation is a bit clunky. Moving is mostly handled with up and down buttons, except for the Z-axis, which switches to left and right. It's easy to forget, and in my case, I did drive a bit into the bed at one point. Second, when you hit a limit switch, the machine goes into alarm mode, and unlocking requires scrolling through the panel menu. Depending on the software you're using, that process may or may not work as intended. I found that there were times when I couldn't clear the alarm using the control panel when it was connected to my PC, but the alarm could be cleared if the software had the option, which Candle can do, but Easel did not. Another quirk, when connected to a PC via USB, the control display lights up, but the machine isn't actually on. If you don't notice the power light isn't glowing, or the internal light isn't on, you'll be wondering why your machine isn't responding. Before we wrap up, here are a few tips if you're thinking about getting the Cubiko, or really any CNC. 1. Buy more bits. A CNC is only as versatile as the bits you own. Number 2, expect to break those bits. It happens to everyone. No matter what your skill level is, sometimes it's operator error, sometimes it's you pushing your machine. And 3, keep scrap material on hand for testing. Speeds and feeds you find online, they might be a good starting point, but every material and every setup is different. Test it first, then cut your final piece. So, after all my testing, what do I think of the Cubiko? Honestly, I am impressed. It's compact, it's quiet, it's well built, and it's capable of producing very high quality results, whether you're engraving acrylic, carving wood, or milling PCBs. It's not without its quirks, especially the offline navigation, but those issues are minor compared to what it delivers overall. If you're looking for a desktop CNC that's easy to live with and powerful enough to handle real projects, the Cubiko absolutely delivers. I would highly recommend this machine to anyone looking to get a small work area CNC. Be careful though, because these things are addictive and you may find yourself buying bigger and bigger machines. I'd love to know what you think about this machine. Did I miss anything? Is there a test that you wish I would have included in this review? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section. If you found this review useful, please take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I drop new videos. As always, I enjoy the time that we get to spend together here on the channel. Let's keep on learning, burning, printing, and growing together. Take care, everyone.